It is Friday afternoon, and there is a ton of traffic. This is my drive going down the highway, and that little sound that you hear is Shiva. She gets all excited when she rides in the car. She makes these weird little peeping sounds. But anyway, I know I've shown you this view before, but it's always worth showing again. So as we come over this hill right here, let's see, it's absolutely gorgeous. I even love seeing it in my rearview mirror when I'm going to work. So I'm gonna look at that. Look at that. So when I come across that that hill, there's just two more exits, and then one exit, and then I get off, and that is absolutely stunning and gorgeous. And I imagine that all these people around me are taking it for granted, and I don't. I love it. I love it so much. And I remember back in the day, even the day that we were driving to look at houses, modular houses for the very first time, I literally were driving along, and I said to Honey, I said, oh, shoot. It gets here. Now, I know that looked bad. Look how far it is. It's far. I said, look at our bumps. We call them our bumps. And I have to get around this truck. So if these people would speed, oh my gosh, this is going to be a nightmare. Okay, gonna have to let the big truck go by so I can get over. But yeah, we used to always call them our bumps. And now we own a little piece of the bumps. All right, well anyway, there's gonna be another view that I can show you. I have to get off here. This is Evergreen Parkway. It's been a weird week. As it started out a little slow because we had snow on Tuesday, and I don't know why, but our weather people have been making a big deal about the snow, and it really hasn't been that big a deal. If I can get there, then people in the city can get there. But I think I complained about that last week, so anyway. And then we're supposed to get snow Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. But right now, I actually have too many employees. But when the other ones leave, it will be perfect. So right here in this area, there's like Walmart. This is where Honey works. He works right in this area over to the left. Like you would turn at this light and he's right there. So there's like Walmart, Home Depot. He works at the car place. There's a Starbucks and, McDonald's and things like that. And then over to the right, there's this really great restaurant that serves only buffalo. So we go there from time to time. It's called El Rancho. And that's also where we bought the benches from. And I'm going to tilt the camera because when I come around this curve is when you're going to see the other view of the mountains. Yeah, Shiva starts getting excited when we get closer to home. And if she wasn't blocking my view in my rearview mirror, I'd probably pass this guy. There we go. Okay. So right around this curve. Oh, my camera won't tilt far enough. I'm sorry, guys. Won't tilt far enough for you to see that. But anyway, another view of the mountains over there. So, yeah, Honey's feeling much, much better. And in my opinion, he should actually go back to work tomorrow. But he's not going back till Monday. And hopefully we can get back to normal. I slept in the bed with him for the first time in 10 days. Hey guys, it's Sunday. And after about 8 or 10 weeks, I'm finally gonna get my pond sign put in the ground. You're gonna put it a little bit at an angle so she can't run there anymore.
No, I wasn't going to. You can do it just like that.
Well, then she'll still be able to run there.
What's wrong with that?
I thought you said you didn't want her to. It wouldn't hurt your feelings.
Puncturing the liners up.
Honey, at the edge, what they do is they roll that liner up and push it up against the rock.
You want to do that?
I would just make it so she can't run back and forth right there anymore. Like maybe even, yeah.
You want it like that?
Well, I'd like this side pulled a little bit forward. And put the other side maybe a little bit back. Yeah, I like that. Do you think she'll probably try to run in front of that?
She'll get wet.
Well,
I liked it up against the fence.
okay. Well, that's not going to keep her from running, but... Oh, and I looked up the Ion Gen. It's $449. But this is going to be a green, disgusting mess if we don't get one.
Yeah, and we got to do something else about it. Trying to get the...
I should order a net. Okay. Yeah, because the debris, as it decays, causes more gases and stuff. So...
We're going to have to thoroughly clean this before we introduce the koi.
yeah, I'm going to start with goldfish. You can buy bigger goldfish because they're hardier. And then put the koi in later in the season, like July.
I'll give them a couple months.
The only thing is you can't see where it says Rena's Koi Pond.
Right here.
Well, I know, but when you put it up there, it's just it kind of blends into the background.
I don't know what to do about that.
Maybe it'll snow more, and then it'll really stand out.
Yeah, because that's what we need is just a little bit more snow.
Well, we're going to get some on Tuesday and Wednesday.
I'm just going to go straight up against the...
Okay. Oh, yeah, everybody look at Honey. He's all better now.
I am?
You are.
Except for my toe.
Except for his toe. His toe is still broken. But he no longer has COVID. Okay, guys, there it is. He's going to go see if he has some zip ties. He can zip tie it to the fence just for when we have high winds so it doesn't, like, flop down.
I don't think it will. It doesn't have enough height ability.
I know. But that'll make me feel better.
And that's all it can.
Hey guys, Monday morning. I thought I'd come show you this. How beautiful, right? It's been a while since we had a, I don't know, maybe I haven't been paying attention to the morning sunrises anymore. Maybe I'm starting to take them a little bit for granted, but I'm going to try not to do that anymore because I love them. Anyway, So it's Monday, and we're supposed to have high winds today. So that should be fun vlogging. So, right here is where the wall is, the retainer wall, and then it goes down. So we've got about 36 inches, at least, of snow here. And there's a lot over there where the benches are. I'm really looking forward to being able to utilize that fire pit area. You know, we have a lot of fire bans up here, and we are by a lot of trees, so we got to be careful, very, very careful. Anyway, kind of looking forward to the high winds. However, I have somebody scheduled to come up and clean windows today. So when he blew off the deck with the snowblower, yeah, well, we're buried even a little deeper. You can see the little swan head sticking up here a little bit. And I have learned a lot about winter water features and how to keep this running next year. Because I think I'm the one that kind of messed it up, to be honest with you. I was out here breaking up ice. I had Honey out here breaking up ice, and that wasn't the right thing to do. So, the lights are off in here because they're buried under the snow, and Honey's like, I mean, they're down here. Check it out. In Glacierville. So he's like, as soon as I can, I will get the lights back on for you. Anyway, there's my sign. Rena's Koi Pond. I love it. Except that it's crooked. I'd like it if it was, like, elevated a little more here, because I'm OCD. Have you guys ever known that? I am OCD? I am. So anyway, we'll see what happens out here today with the wind. Usually the wind kind of messes this up, brings in a lot of debris. But yeah, anyway. See how it changes in just a matter of a couple of minutes? All right. Hopefully bringing you some fun wind videos later. Okay, guys, it is, what is it? Tuesday. And this morning when I came down, the roads were completely melted, completely dry. And it started snowing in the city, I guess, about 2. And we have a winter wonderland going on. And I'm like so happy, and I feel so comfortable driving in it. And yesterday I was going to show you the wind, but we really didn't have very much of it. And I literally had somebody scheduled to come up to clean all the exterior windows on the house. And I messaged them and was like, hey, they're calling for high winds, 35 to 50 miles per hour with 80-mile-an-hour gusts. And he's like, oh no, we need to reschedule. And then it really wasn't that bad. But I ended up having to drive down the hill yesterday on my day off. I usually don't like to leave the house. I like 2 full days at the house. And I had to go down the hill because I had to trade Honey's truck in. And we were having a lot of problems coming up with that truck, the Ford, and we just decided that it was best to trade it in. It was a 2013, so that means it was 8 years old. So I'll talk with you guys until I get home, and then you can see his truck when I pull up. But do you see my little beast? How my little beast just takes me wherever I want to go? I totally love it. And I shopped for Honey's truck yesterday by myself. And I picked out what I thought was the best. And I drove it up to his work so he could see it. And he gave it the big thumbs up. So he is really, really stoked. It's not brand new. It's a 2018. But it only has 35,000 miles on it. And one owner. Yeah, so he's tickled. And I'm tickled for him. So, anyway. We're supposed to get a big dump of snow tonight after midnight. So, tomorrow's going to be a real test to see if I feel comfortable taking my car or whether I will be taking the new truck. And when I told him, I was talking to him a little while ago, I was like, hey honey, if the snow's pretty deep, I'm probably going to take the truck. And he was like, okay. So anyway, it was a good day at work. Although my new guy that I hired, but I was like, I found a guy with no tattoos and no piercings. It was like, that never happens. And he was supposed to start today. He was like super pumped, super excited. We communicated a couple times over last week, and then he just didn't show up. Just don't show up. I don't get it. I don't get it. If you didn't want the job, why did you say you wanted the job? And if you changed your mind, why didn't you just email? You know? So, anyway. Sorry I keep yawning, but I literally was at the dealership till 8:30. And then I was over in an area I wasn't that familiar with, so it was hard for me to find a place to pick up some dinner. And then by the time I got home, it was 10 o'clock. And unfortunately, because I ate dinner so late, and it was a hamburger, I got heartburn, and that sucked. And I had to basically go sit in the chair and fall asleep in the chair. So I had a bad night. I'm usually up at like 5:30, and this morning I didn't get up till 8. So yeah. But anyway, it is what it is. But now I need to find somebody to replace that guy. Just super bummed. I don't understand people. Do you guys understand people? I know some of you said that receptionist sounded like a douchebag. I was like, yeah, that's pretty much what it was. It is beautiful. Is it not beautiful? If you don't like winter, you just don't know what you're missing. My mom saw, I sent a little video clip to my sister. And my mom was like, oh, it's so beautiful. And my sister was like, oh, I can't imagine driving where I can't see the lines on the road. Oh, it's getting kind of deep over here. It's probably like 3 or 4 inches on the road here. Anyway, my mom has officially decided to move out of her house. So, trying to get all the kids to go for Easter, because that'll be our last opportunity to see her in that house. And you know, it's not all about the house, but my dad built that house for her, and there's a lot of lot of sentimental feelings for that house because my dad built it for my mom. So anyway, one more trip to that house, and then we're done at that house. She'll be living with my sister. My sister has a beautiful house too, and she has a guest room, so I will always have a place to stay. But when we all go, I don't know. Alrighty, we're almost there. It looks funny. Looks funny to see a new truck there. And it's a Chevy. I'll definitely show it to you guys more. But it's the high country package, and he's ecstatic. All right, see you guys later. I'll show you tons of snow because there's going to be tons of it. Okay, guys, this is what happened yesterday. It is now Thursday. We got another foot, and this is Honey's new truck. And he's really, really loving it. I had to take it yesterday because we got about a foot, and I had to leave before they plowed. So I took the truck, and I also got a tooth extracted yesterday. And it really was very unpleasant. However, my dentist was a new guy at the clinic, and I loved him. He was hilarious. He made it the best extraction I could have ever had, I think. So anyway, look how beautiful it is. All right. I'm going back to crafting now. Hey guys, it is Friday morning, and I got a story to tell you. So as I've mentioned, on Monday I went to trade in the Ford, and I really don't know how much of the story that I've told on this vlog, to be honest with you, so I'm going to start from the beginning. We're having some trouble with the Ford, some issues that were popping up here and there with it. So we were like, well, you know, we had a discussion. Should we just fix the things, or should we trade it in? We decided to trade it in. So Honey really wanted to go, but he was off on Wednesday. I was not. There was supposed to be a blizzard on Wednesday, and Monday was the last day of the month, so probably be able to get a better deal because it was the end of the month. So I went down by myself, looked at two trucks. I knew which truck. I knew the first one I looked at was going to be the one. But I looked at another one, and it had cloth seats, and it just wasn't the caliber of vehicle we were used to driving. So got him the first one, took it up the hill. He looked at it. He's like, oh yeah, but it had bad tires. So the next day, the day of the blizzard, he drove it down. He got new tires put on it. So that day was Tuesday, and I just slid a little bit. Did you see that? The next day was Tuesday, and so I had told them I couldn't find the title. So I went home. Honey was looking for the title while I was down there. Couldn't find it. I came home, looked for it, couldn't find it. I had to go to work. I didn't know what to do. So I talked to the guy on Tuesday, and he was like, well, you need to go get a new title. You need to go to the DMV. Well, my local DMV didn't have any appointments in the entire month of February. So the guy did a little research, found me a place that didn't require an appointment. So he was like, they take their last appointment at 2:30. I was like, there's no way I can get there at 2:30. So he calls me back. I'm pretty sure I told this story. I'm so sorry if I'm repeating myself. Calls me back and goes, my boss will pay you to go do this. And I'm like, I can't leave my customers high and dry just to go do this. I can't do it. So anyway, so the day of the blizzard, I get up early. Honey gets me out of the driveway. I take his truck. I go down. I show up at the DMV. DMV's closed. I'm having this massive toothache, so I go to the dentist. I get that taken care of, and I'm like, okay, Thursday morning, I'm going to show up early at the DMV. I showed up there yesterday. This is the part I know I haven't told you. I show up at the DMV, and there wasn't much of a wait, 5 minutes or so. I get up to the lady, I hand her the registration. She goes, I need your driver's license. Give her the driver's license. She goes, oh, I can't give you a title on this vehicle. It has a lien on it. And I said, no, it doesn't. I paid this vehicle off 2.5 years ago. And she's like, I'm sorry. Your registration says that there is a lien on the vehicle. I was like, well, what do I need to do? She goes, you need to get a release of lien from your bank. So I call the bank. I go sit down in the chair at the DMV. I call the bank. The bank says, after all this rigmarole, we don't have any record of this vehicle being financed here. I'm like, you have got to be kidding me. And he's like, I'm really sorry. It's 2.5 years ago. And I'm like, that's not that long ago in the grand scheme of things. How can you guys not have records in your computer system for 2.5 years ago? So, what am I doing? I'm trying to stop the AC, or the heat, because I'm hot. Okay, so, oh God, I wonder how that sounded on the camera. Oh, guys, I hope you were able to hear me. I guess I'll find out later. I may have to do this whole story over again. So, I asked to speak to the supervisor. Supervisor gets on. I explained to him the urgency of getting this information. He was like, okay, send me over your registration and I'll do research. I said, research? That sounds like it's going to take a long time. He goes, no, I promise I'll have it done within 30 minutes. Well, I didn't dare sit at the DMV hoping that he would actually do that within 30 minutes. I also don't know how to scan and stuff like that on the computer. So I was like, can you send me an email? And then I'll take a picture, because I knew how to do that. I'll take a picture and send it to you. So he did that. I sent him the picture. He let me know he got it, and then he was on it. So I went to work. So as I'm going out of the DMV, I look at the door to see what time they close. It says 3:30. I'm like, ooh, I'm going to be cutting it close, but I'm going to go, groom as fast as I can. So I left the shop at 5 minutes till 3. I got to the DMV at 5 after 3. I walk in the door. The guy goes, hey, what's up? There's like a masked police guy at the door. He says, I have my mask on. He goes, hey, what's up? I was like, I was here earlier. The lady told me to go get this documentation. I'm back now. I need to get a new registration. He goes, sorry, we take our last person at 2:30 so we can be done by 3:30. I'm like pleading with this guy. I'm telling him, this is what I was told to do. The sign on your door says 3:30. And he's like, yeah, we do close at 3:30, but we take our last person at 2:30. I'm like, why doesn't it say that on your door? Why doesn't your door say last customer in the door at 2:30? No, it just says you close at 3:30. He's like, sorry, you'll have to come back tomorrow. We open at 7. I'm like, man, this is bullshit. So I went home, mad as a wet hornet. And I get home and my cleaning lady was coming at 4. So I got home at like 5 to 4. I really like my cleaning lady. She's kind of my neighbor / friend and cleaning lady. But yeah, that made me feel a little bit better because a clean house always makes me feel better. And then a little bit later, meanwhile, I'm calling the salesman every day to tell him what's going on and why I still don't have a title. And he's very understanding, but I don't think the guys in the sales management are probably very happy. So, anyway, a little bit later, the phone rings. And this is sort of a different story, but it kind of ties into this story. So, the phone rings and it's Blake. And Blake's like, hey, Mom, you want the good news or the bad news? And I was like, the good news? He goes, well, the good news is I'm at a dealership and I'm looking at trucks. And I had told him to go to the same place I went to and ask for the salesman that I used because he was a really nice older gentleman. And he probably, a really older gentleman. And he probably works because he has to. So I would like for him to get the commission. So anyway, he asked me lots of questions. This is the first time he's purchasing a vehicle, like at a dealership, or a vehicle that's getting financed, and he's nervous. And it was really awesome that he told me, he's like, Mom, you don't even have any idea how much I wish you were here. I was like, oh, I feel important. Anyway, so he ended up buying the vehicle. So at least if they're mad at me for my situation, they feel a little bit better because I sent him somebody. And I wonder if there's a kickback. I'm gonna have to find out if there's a kickback. So anyway, that's the story. And yeah, I thought I'd show you some beautiful scenery while I was on my way down the hill. Anyway, I'm on my way to the DMV now with the documentation they asked for, so this better be enough. Talk to you guys later.